Today I'm going to take you on a tour of the Union Square Holiday Market. I've shown you Union Square before because it's very close to where I live. I've shown you the Green Market that takes place on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday every week for probably the last 35, 40 years or so. Well, from the period before Thanksgiving just until Christmas Eve, we also have on the southern end of Union Square the holiday market. Union Square sits near the intersection of 14th Street and Broadway. It was established as a park in 1831, and historically it's been the epicenter for rallies and protests, including labor union rallies and Civil War rallies. All around the edge of the park are these brass plaques set into the sidewalk. This one shows how 14th Street was once known as Piano Row. There were many theaters around here also once upon a time. Sitting in the shadows of the ubiquitous Empire State Building, it boasts the oldest sculpture in New York City parks, that of the 1856 equestrian statue of George Washington. The statue is 13.5 feet high, plus the base is another 13 feet. The Union Square Holiday Market is based on the famed Camden Locks in London. Our holiday fair started back in 1993, and it runs every year from just before Thanksgiving right up until Christmas Eve. This year I believe there are about 163 vendors, and as you can see on the map, the different colors indicate the different levels. It's a very interesting park that has sort of stages stepped up, all leading up to George Washington's statue. So once you're inside, it's almost like being in a maze, and that's why they have a map. It's not just straight up and down aisles. You can easily get lost in here and forget where you've been. Even though I go there every year, I still get tripped up a little bit.
He vendido bastante, hoy llevo como 10 días, pero ha sido como un momento de... ha sido como un momento de enseñarme, porque la chica esta a quien se le he vendido necesitaba una talla más grande, y he dicho voy a enseñarle a la otra, he dicho mira esta, y le he enseñado y he sacado la otra. Y entonces he sacado como dos para probarle las tallas y las he guardado, y no sé si es que habré guardado también la tercera, no sé si la habrá llevado. our original design here. We make these beautiful bowls out of recycled chopsticks. It's a fruit bowl or a bread basket. It folds flat, and you're not using it. They come in 3 different sizes and different colors. We always tell people to play with them if you never seen it before.
Because of the park's history as a flashpoint of political protest, the statue of Mohandas Gandhi was placed in the westernmost corner. It's a statue from 1986 done by Hentilal Patel.
You know how I feel. Flying high. You know how I feel.
So there's something really magical about this fair in the evening when New York is at its very most twinkly and beautiful. So I'm standing right at the top of the exit from the Union Square subway station, and you can see on that sign all the different lines that come together here. This is the 4th busiest station in the New York subway system, after Times Square, Grand Central, and Herald Square. This is it. Pre-pandemic, this station got about 20 million riders passing through it every year. Numbers are down by about 50% right now. Anyway, I am in the middle of the market. Some of these vendors have been here for years, since the beginning. I recognize this one. I myself vended at this market early on when my son was little and I had an educational toy business. And I have stories to tell of that. Because I live nearby, my UPS man, who was used to delivering merchandise to me, went out of his way, did a special favor for me, and he would bring my goods right into my booth on Friday night to carry me through the busy weekend. So that was kind of a very special thing. Joe, my favorite UPS man. So I just want you to see the buildings lit up. I should get the Empire State Building again for you. One of my other war stories about being a vendor here was I was the unfortunate recipient of counterfeit $100 bills. I didn't know they were counterfeit. They looked really good. And when my mother ran to the bank to make a deposit for me, she came back and she said, "Somebody gave you counterfeit bills." And the bank confiscated them. Not too many weeks after that, Secret Service arrived at my apartment building to interview me and asked me if I remembered the people who I took these bills from. They gave me a $100 bill. They bought like a $15 book. And then I gave them change in authentic money. So they beat me for a lot. I was able to take it as a tax deduction, but still, that stung. If you want to know what the Secret Service guys taught me about how to detect whether a bill's counterfeit or not, this is before we had the holograms and the watermarks. But if you want to know the tips, you're going to have to comment below and I'll share with you. So each one of these vendors is a small business owner, and there's still a week before Christmas Eve that you can come out and support some of these people. And you know, if you don't make it this year, this market will be here next year as well.
Oh, I know these ones.
Here's the Empire State Building for you to see. There you go. So, you know, I forgot to mention, in all of these stands, there's not a single booth selling yarn. However, every Saturday at the Green Market, Catskill Merino is here with their yarn that's from sheep raised in New York State. So with that, I wish everybody a happy holiday and happy shopping. See you next time.